What up?
There we go. And what was your question? I wasn't, whether or not I got the link.
Oh, can one of us share it to our other friend? I can't remember his name. Or...
Jonah. Yes, that was the mission that I felt you were on. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, for this Zoom here, was David or
Jonah. Oh, brother David, the other brother that was in here. Yeah. I'm not friends with him on Facebook. I don't know.
I'm gonna pop into the Slack and active.
Yeah.
Here. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I get. Oh, there he is, David Francis. Okay, cool.
Also, I'm going to share with you. I think my computer is slow. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to just drop this link in here that Jonah shared with me yesterday. It's from which festival? Some festival. But it's really cool, like an assessment tool to kind of as a portal to put people in their different archetypes and places of power. So something cool we can look at. But I really like all the lists you have, and it's going to be a lot of funnels there, Lauren.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, I want to start.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Start with that "you are hired" funnel, and it's straightforward. I typed it up already. I even sent it over to Dakota, so we can build that one right away. It just basically says, I wrote a lot of notes. But we're looking at that assessment tool that you just sent on the screen there. Oh, there it is. Okay. The "you are hired," it just basically says, "You are hired!" Exclamation point. By the source. There's only one project left, completing paradise on Earth, building the resource-based economic system. We are a multi-trillion-dollar, the last remaining enterprise. And then it's just like an email catch, and that's it. And yeah. And then that'll put them.
Awesome. That's simple.
What's that?
I said, yeah, that's simple. That's simple enough, it sounds like.
Yeah, and then like we all can promote it, and it brings them into the email, into the ClickFunnels system, and then they go through this process of every few days they receive the steps, like sign up for your Collaborator, fill out your Collaborator profile, receive your enterprise cards. You are hired on Facebook. Here's your new picture for your social media profiles. And I have this whole list beyond that I sent over to Dakota that I can go over with you guys too. But this is that online assessment tool.
Sorry, I put the right link in the chat. That one, I don't know, it got timed out or something, maybe.
The right one.
Yeah, Brittany, it says take the quiz. Is that what we're, or is it you were showing us something that Jonah already did? Because I don't see it.
Take the quiz now. Cool. Yeah, it's like Lucid, the Lucid University in April. That's like was my vision for the launch of the tour, because every Lightworker, there's new jobs or whatever you want to call it in the new earth, and it's like makers, positions, and all sorts of things like that. And like to be able to come to a festival, a university experience where you just figure out who you are and what role you want to play in the new earth, and you become that person through that process. It'd be great to just plug them into the portal, into the sign up process right there, and then they can then, when they're done with the festival, they can go, they're in the system. Everybody, it'd be so great if we could. I mean, it's not too late. We could get to Lucidity, the Lucid University, any of us that want to get there, and make this partnership with them, and just like start to merge. Like the goal is to bring all the websites together on this project, like every mission, every movement, to be united in this front, and to build out these forms and this simple sign-up process and login protocol, so that it's co-created and co-sponsored by every movement. So we all can rally behind them and embed it into every website, and then promote it to all the other Lightworkers and their websites too. So.
Yeah, and I can see, like, if we stack functions as far as, the back end, the funnels for the back end, we can each have our own unique faces. We're all going to be attracting different energies and different people. So just, like having different sort of fronts, landing pages or whatever, websites, but then ultimately kind of flowing them into like similar or the same different pathways. So you see that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point where it's like, all right, here's the ASC, and ASC is already doing this well. ASC is like, we're the ASC, we're a collective. Here's all the other organizations. And then like for the source, I would like to start to put all those other platforms and the websites and movements there, so everybody can see we're the source. We have our own identity, but here's all the other movements. And then you go over to United Earth, and we're United Earth, but here's all the movements, and every other website, to all shine the light on each other's platforms and movements, so that, because it is important to, while we're still shifting things, to hold our own identity, to make sure that there's control in place, in case anything happened to any of our websites. We want to have a lot of them. We want to have a ton of them until we could build out the super platform, the new internet that's like, so protected and safe and can't be harmed. But like, to accelerate the process, just start to like shine the light on each other's movements, but keep our own and keep that majority ownership or whatever in that collective formula of like, keep the 51% at least, as like, we're, creators of this thing, we're going to hold it and steward it. And then we're inviting all the other movements to come sit on our board and get like a minority position of ownership in our organization. So it would be like ASC, majority ownership, ASC, and then all these other movements and leaders would just come in and get their shares and their voting rights, and then the source would do the same thing, and all the other organizations and leaders around the world will come in and earn their shares and their voting rights and all that. And then we then encourage all the other websites out there to do the same thing, to form a collective, come through the ASC's collective training program or whatever it is, and get yours set up. And there should be some compensation for the ASC for that training program. And then we just like go to every website out there and just help them get their collective set up, and encourage them to open up their shares per se, their voting to all the other movements and leaders around the world to come sit on the board. And then we don't have to worry about owning anything anymore, because we will own every single website in the world by just being a part owner in every single one and having your own, to not have to fight over anything anymore. So, yeah.
Right on, right on, right on. I'm gonna have to take off. I've got another call I've got to hop into. But yeah, later guys. Love you.
All right, brother.
This is good. Is there any action points that we could make for this, or is there anything that you need support in?
I'm learning to do this role that I'm in, so it's like the project management part. Like, I would like there to be people that step into those roles. So, because I'm not that good at that yet, but maybe I already know that we can build that landing page that you are hired, and support Dakota in bettering the sign-up process and just really getting it ready for bringing a lot more people, like by promoting these 2 new shows that the ASC that he's bringing, with intentional communities and collective wealth stewardship. That's going to bring a lot of new people to the ASC. So just getting this.
Yeah, that's been spoken a few times, just getting the onboarding. And I feel like, I spoke with Erica Sundance, and she's been working with United Earth, and they have a pretty cool onboarding process. And I think that, I can't remember who it was, but it was like some spiral, it's the spiral journey. And I feel like that's how I relate it to with all the funnels, is just relating it to what journey do we want people to go on? Like, what's the first step and what's the next step, and I feel like it's great to have, things done and getting it out there. But, what I'm hearing a lot from people with the Slack, it takes some drive to really engage and just jump in and try to figure it out. And I think that a lot of people just kind of drop out because they're not sure what's going on. So yeah, if you would like to talk this the next few days, and we can talk about the building out that you are hired landing page. That sounds pretty cool. We could at least get a start on that while we continue to kind of brainstorm our process as far as what kind of journey we're taking people on so that they find their sacred space.
And then with Travis setting up that meeting in the coming days, I'm really excited about what a tour, what the movement to the movements, what us, a core group as a street team going to all the festivals and going to communities on the path, what that will do. So if we could help with that process, show up to that meeting and help, because that can happen quick and that's easy, and that's going to be impactful too.
Right, exactly. And plus, I also I MC festivals as well. So I can, you know, that's like my what I'm stepping into now, and so we'll have basic, you know, be able to reach thousands of people, you know, with that whatever message we wish to share with them, you know, because as in something that we can offer to the festivals, you know, not only myself emceeing, but anybody else who wants to bring the vibes to any other stages as well.
I have another blueprint here that's for festivals and events. So we could bring this right to them and plug in right away. I came up with what's next, just what's next. And it's that we get a booth, a table, a presence at every festival, any event, anywhere. And it basically is we've gathered all of the events that are happening anywhere, and we have a list of all the communities and anything that's happening. We have all that, so we can show up at every festival and have a table or a booth that says what's next with a big sign, and we're just like, we've got a sign up board for if you have a vehicle and you're heading in any direction. And then you could come there, and if you want to go in any direction, you just go and you look at the sign-up board and you see who's going to what directions, how many seats they have available. You could then say, I would like to join this driver in this vehicle going to the next festival, or to this festival this way, or to this community over here to get grounded for a little bit, or whatever mission or direction or location. And we can just gather all that through our directorying so that we show up at these festivals, and like during the whole festival, people can come to our booth and like check in and say, you know, I would like to drive, I would like to join a ride, I would like to list events or communities or anything like directory type, fill in the directory more and more. And really it's the what's next but it's also this like sign up process that we have that is getting all Lightworkers into one portal where they can all collaborate. So like branding, co-branding, starting to figure out the branding, and then putting all of our organizations on the banner and showing up, having this all organized of who we are, what we're going to do at your festival. We're going to walk around the festival and be like wearing uniform with all the colors, and be each type of person with each color will be a different crew that can help people in any type of thing at the festival. So being that like peacemaker, solutionary, squad that is there walking through the festival, helping everybody out, making sure things are safe, making sure people know what's going on with the festival, where to go for certain things. And then, we have our own booth for safety, for question and answer, for what's next, for signing up into the portal and collaborating, seeing, you can at a festival collaborate in the portal through all the forms and an app or whatever on a tablet. Like just, that's just some flow there.
No, you're speaking my language, brother. That's the exact blueprint as far as for the peace, love, unity. Yeah. That's where we can have all of that on there as well. All of the festivals, all of the, all of everything you just said. Awesome. And because it's all, we basically already have a very big knowing within the festival scene already, particularly within these past 2 years. So we have it's already well known. with on the East Coast, that is. So now here we come on the West Coast, you know. So here we are, you know. So, but yeah, I feel that all the way, and we can also have at that table, you know, the resources, you know, the pamphlets, you know, and also like Francine said, all of our different products and different things like that we might have, and also like, yeah, I love it, and also like a healing space, like, you know, just a grounding space, you know, just to be able to chill and relax, like a safe zone, you know. So
yeah, definitely all that. And so that's the marketplace too. That's our presence, our physical presence of the marketplace that we're all building out. Like, you know, zooming in on what you guys have already, what Lila was working on a little bit with the ASC marketplace, and then starting to draw in from all the other marketplaces. Or we say to every marketplace out there, we are a presence at every festival. We would like to share your marketplace with all these other marketplaces for a collective marketplace at every festival. Whether you send us product or whether we just show the website and let them move around in the marketplace at the festivals.
Right. I'm just having affiliates.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I'm feeling is I think if you could check out the mind maps that I put into the Slack for the street team, and then I'm thinking whatever, you know, resonates or what I'll be able to add or to subtract or whatever to it, you know, that way we can, you know, be able to just combine everything that you have and what I have all together as one, and anybody else whatever they have as well. You know, I know Gabriel has some things flowing as well, so I think that may be a good topic for the next meeting, is to really combine and see how all of our blueprints work. So if you could put your blueprint that, you know, onto the Slack, that would be great, and then we can have Brother Gabriel put his blueprint on there as well, and we
I'll
can
upload. Also, I had a chat with Jonah yesterday, and I'm working on his blueprint, and it's kind of like 3 phases, which are pretty cool. And so, yeah, I'll upload the video first, and then I'll work on some of those mind maps. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all shapes out. It sounds like a lot of us have been having the same vision, very aligned, and still room for creativity with everybody else. Like, yeah, cool.
So you guys want to just for Saturday morning 9 a.m. the tour call, you want to just have that do that street, like everyone get it done by then, and then we all can that could be the meeting, Travis, that or do you want to meet, you could set up a meeting in the next couple of days too if you want.
No, that's perfect. That'll be probably the only time I can probably work in something, so because I'll be going out to Taos. I'm gonna be emceeing a little gathering there this weekend, so cool. Yeah, and I can definitely, that can be perfect. So you're gonna do a show about the tour on Saturday?
Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time we have that tour show. So
okay, cool. And how do I talk to you about getting up? I would like to, because I'm gonna be. This is a good time to actually talk about it, because I'm gonna be live streaming a lot of. I just published the book, and I'm gonna be live streaming a lot of it, and basically just gonna be streaming the book, as well as I also have a show that I've been working on for a few years at the festivals and, you know, traveling the world, and it's called Messages to the People from the People.
Yeah.
And basically been going around, you know, and asking the people, you know, what's your name, where you're from? If you could express one message to the world, what would that message be? You know, and just getting real raw content and be able to have, you know, live stream at the festivals when we're doing it, and, you know, and just gaining that raw footage, you know. So I would love to have a show with the messages to the people from the people. That would be awesome.
Okay. Did you want me to like put that on our schedule, and like kind of like I just did with the Coda shows, I just create them and you know, do you want to do it like that where I promote them, I upload the video and everything like that, or do you want to do the tech, the Zoom and the uploading and all that? And I'll just.
No, that would be perfect. As however, you know, however it works, it works. I'm just thinking as far as. I think Dakota was talking about we may have an opportunity to somehow stream our live through all of our channels, all of our ASC channels as well. So that's what I'm thinking. It'll be good idea to get you connected with. So it could just be, you know, and we could also zoom in at the same time, but have that live flow, being able to catch things in the moment.
Perfect. Perfect.
And be able to reach all of our people that we have now the opportunity to reach with all of this gracious information.
Indeed.
So I'm supposed to be talking with him today. So I'll mention it to him and see how we can get that connected.
Cool, cool.
Then later.
Cool. We have Misha here. I met her yesterday on the Marketplace show. She's from Spain, and she's in a little community there of creators. And she's, you know, she also has this really cool music. Like, I don't know how to explain it. She's got this like brilliant ability to like channel like the tone of the day or the tone specific for you and play it in music. Super beautiful soul, and just she's excited to connect with all you guys and plug in. So you want to talk, Misha?
Yeah, hello. Thank you for introduction. Now I know Travis. I talked with him already. I forgot your first name. I called you Natural then. And I seen the girl there. I think you added Destiny from Slack. So Travis, you play guitar.
It's Brittany.
So I'm kind of passively connected, maybe months or two. But yeah, through the different time zones, and also was raining, and I could not connect in the evenings. But now it's getting better. I can be outside, guitar inside. Yeah. Yesterday we talked about the area where I live. So it quite excites me what you suggested, because I'm feeling this already coming actually years, but I never make the step. So today I put myself out, and I went to town, and I asked for people to get attracted to me. I talk about the source network, I talk about the ASC, and I express the idea or need that we here have to unite. And I think that's the biggest step. So I decided I go for it. And we're gonna have a meeting next week, the first meeting, and I try to create kind of a core, and then from there it would grow somehow. I think I've seen somewhere on the ASC website that the system is duplicable and that people can create own collective. So I was thinking to create the mountain area where I live. It's called Las Alpujarras. So I thought we could create a collective that would be called Alpujarras Uniting or something like that. And we could start maybe just, I could make some simple website. I'm not like that good, but something simple I can create and put there all the individuals or groups or communities that are around. And I think that's already good for start.
Yes.
I also think we need to create, you know, the biggest, I don't like to talk about money and surviving and suffering and all this, because I know where your focus goes. But it's just a big issue here. You know, we all come here from different parts of world because it's so beautiful. It's healthy water. It's a relatively okay air. They spray here, of course, also, but you can live outside or in simple shelter. We all struggle with money, you know, and we're trying to support each other, but still, it's not easy. And I like the idea with the pool, you know, like they talk in the ASC, that there is a common pool. So I was thinking to create a marketplace here called like the Alpujarra, and this marketplace connect to the bigger marketplaces, and maybe encourage the people that they would give 10 or 20% into the pool. So we can start to, you know, either rent a land or buy a land, start really grow food, but more like for everyone, you know, take care after each other, because there are still people who have to go to the rubbish look for food. But they choose that rather than work from 9 till 5 somewhere in a big city, because just the quality of life here, it's so attractive. You know, say hello.
Hello. Well, Mama, perhaps you could maybe pick us up from Ladina.
I can pick you up, but dress up. It's getting cold.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you're so inspiring. Just from meeting you yesterday and just the way you showed up, and you're just like, I don't know, and then we just connected, and then you show up today and you're just like, this is what I think it is, and this is what we're gonna do. And I think everything you said is exactly what you should do. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice to hear, because I had issues with my self-confidence, and you know, I always saw this little me and who I am to say, but there is something so strong knocking all the time, and it make me move to Spain, and it make me change lots of things, and I guess I just have to accept the call, and now I'm not alone. You all are in it. I before didn't had that many people, you know, similar around, so this is kind of empowering me.
I think
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and create the Bringing Back the Village show. I'll create that show, and then that's where I can share a lot of these blueprints that I have for bringing back the village, like creating a carnival of love in your town that happens every week. Like it's an all-day festival, you know, there's all these little pieces, parts of that experience, that carnival of love. Like a really, really free market where everybody brings their free stuff, and then people come and they grab free stuff. And then you can bring in Love Jam, which is like a drum circle and other instruments, all instruments, people playing music all day, singing and dancing. And then you have like a lot of product and service people just gathering in the park there. And somebody's knocking on you there.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, brother, I'm seeing. Can you create a Slack for that mission for the village building?
Yeah.
Me?
And if can you also?
I would love to, you know, but it scares me already, the word like Google document. I have no clue what is it. But I'm learning quick, but I just need a little help.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
We could, yeah. We get a hold of Dakota. We could build you a little section in the ASC Slack for your community that you're, but yeah, and then we, like he said, I'll build like a building, bring back the village Slack space within the ASC there, so that so we'll have those. They can work together. You can be in your Slack. You can invite all the people in your community in there. We can meet you in there and offer assistance in any way. And then you can pop into the Bring Back the Village section and get any ideas. Then people can meet in the ASC main area. You could see on the announcements, we announce these shows, and ASC announces things happening. And just like, yeah, it's a good place for everybody to meet.
Okay.
And Doran, also with what you said too, I also just wanted to speak to the prosperity mindset, because prosperity starts in here and our beliefs, and that's kind of, I've been toying with this idea of doing a webinar called Play with Prosperity, but maybe I could just make it a show and have people show up and we play with prosperity concepts and like affirmations and creative activities. Because I feel like, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
It's just a webinar that just keeps going, and you can do the same things with webinars. You can do the whole like surveying polls. You can do like pitch your product, like buy now sort of things. And with Zoom, you can, with the $40 a month or $50 a month version, it's there's webinars. They have webinars too. So
I came.
use Zoom for that.
I like that too, because it's like we can tape them and then we can also edit them, and then you can create courses or whatever with whatever you're doing. It's like repurposing content so that, yeah, anything of value is really saved and shared or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of got the idea.
All about it. That's really cool. I wanted, what?
I just was kind of getting the idea of like, you know, like how you've already fronted the money for the ClickFunnels, and how like we should all have a, like we were talking about webinar jam, but like for right now, let's stick with Zoom and like what if we,
Yeah.
what if like we found people, a core group that we trust, like that, like kind of how you gave me access to the ClickFunnels, like we identified which of our core group here we would want to do a shared, a collective of like, what we're gonna do is we can split the costs of these technologies maybe, so that we have a webinar or a Zoom, whatever, full version, so that we have a ClickFunnels so we have a couple other technologies, and that maybe we can each afford $10 a month or $20 a month towards this collective pool that 4 or 5 different accounts.
I was also thinking of even maybe addressing or writing a letter to some of these companies like ClickFunnels or Zoom and say, you know what, we're using this for our humanitarian projects. And, you know, I've been like a loyal customer for a while, but, you know, kind of sending our sponsorship documents. You know, like that's our sponsorship documents that we're creating for the festivals and the street team. But what if we created like sponsorship document blueprints that we can shape towards, you know, anything that costs fiat currency, you know, so that we can phase out of that and shifting into, just accessing everything that we need or find useful, that we want to play with, and seeing what we can access, you know, without having to like continue tapping into the Federal Reserve notes or whatever, you know.
Right.
Would that be would that be for sponsorship, for creating our sponsorship documents and packages and everything? Would that be a meeting that we should do? Would that be a certain person like yourself or somebody that's really good at sponsorships, like really working on it, or what would it be? What do you think?
Yeah, let's find somebody who's really good. I mean, I have, I'm skilled in copywriting, so that's a little bit different of a focus type of writing. I mean, I think that I could tap it in, you know, enough and follow like a format for sponsorship documents. It wouldn't be too hard. It's just all the things that we're focusing on. I would like to have somebody that is like skilled in that. And I think Natural was talking about he has somebody, but they wouldn't be available for a month. And maybe, you know, if it's a month that we have to wait, I'm okay with that too. Just getting kind of preliminary stuff ready.
Yeah, and I already have a small basic blueprint within the Slack channel as well with that presentation. A little, basically, and we can add to it as well, and just add and take whatever as well. But yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
And that's in the street team Slack, right?
Yeah, yep. I put the my mats and the presentation in there as well that we can. And then what I suggested to Brother Aeon is I'm thinking if we could just create a documentation, a Google Doc, and we can all add to that presentation. Like, okay, like all the questions that that Gabriel had put on there to answer, we can, you know, begin to answer them questions and things like that, and add them to one Google Doc that we can all add to and edit and everything as well. And one thing else was coming through for Doron. I think it would be good along with the show, but for people within the ASC and everybody who's already active, who wants to create those villages and actually do that now, I think it would be awesome to have a really good, you know, like a decent piece of document of it, as well as a teachable, you know, creating a teachable about it, how to do it, what you learned from it, you know, and really go into depth, and then be able to utilize that as some sort of a blueprint for your show as well on top of it.
Okay, perfect. We have less than a minute left here. Do you guys want to continue after this, or?
I think that's a good stopping point for me, but I just wanted to say you can build membership sites or educational things like Teachable within ClickFunnels too.
Cool.
So that's something to explore. I just like having it all in one place personally, but
Love you.
yeah, I thank you guys so much.
Meeting at
Yeah.
9
Love you all.
tomorrow.
Saturday, see y'all. Yes, I loving y'all. Peace and blessings. Yes, I.
Bye, all. Thanks, Misha.
Signing off.
Keep connecting.